All right, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Wired Sound Podcast. Today we have a guest hailing from Miami, from the South Florida area. We have Summer, Wright, Winter, Wrong.
Correct.
I love it.
Yes.
So,
all my personalities.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm great.
Do you like to be referred to as Winter Wrong or Summer Wright?
I love being called by my name.
Okay.
Yeah, I love being called Summer.
It's an awesome name.
Thank you. I used to hate it as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, what kind of grown-up has the name Summer?
The
no
OC?
one's going to take
What?
me seriously. I was like a kid. I was like, Summer?
Yeah.
I've never
Did
met
you ever
Summer.
watch the OC? The little.
No.
Okay.
What is that?
It's like it's dating me a bit. The OC. It's like it was a super popular
TV show?
Yeah. Anyways,
don't know.
people would know Summer. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm showing my age.
Okay.
So.
So how'd you come up with Winter Wrong? It's just the opposite, right? Is that-
Yeah, so wasn't my idea. It came about in the 7th grade, just sitting at the end of the table with some people in my class. And we were just that age where we're all making fun of each other.
Yeah.
And being mean, and they just called me Winter Wrong because it annoyed me. And then I made it my Instagram, and then I got booked for my first show like 12 years later.
Took its own life.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And even like when I was younger, my vocal coach was like, you need to change your Instagram. It needs to be your real name. And I was like, nah, Winter Wrong. It's just funny. It's stupid. Like,
yeah, that's. I feel like some of the best names start like that as like a joke, and then they
For
just kind
sure.
of like transpire.
And then I tried really, really hard to come up with like a cool name.
It is
like,
a cool name,
like
though.
a minimal name, because I just didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Because of where it came from. And then my friend was just like, you can't think of a name fast enough, so I'm putting this on the flyer.
We're sticking with it.
We're sticking with it, yeah.
So you're making mainly like minimal tech, or what would you say your style is for people that don't know?
So for producing wise, I make everything. I make pop music, I make alternative music, I make electronic music. And then for like Winter Wrong stuff, it's mainly like club music. So electro, techno mixed with some Brazilian influence.
Nice. Okay.
Things like that. Yeah, but I make everything because I grew up listening to everything. So
I think that's the best way to do it until you find like something that you're obsessed with. Maybe just like make a bit. I think a lot of producers have producer ADHD too. At least I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to like just make like feel good stuff, and then the next day I'm making like bass house, like dark, like or like
and the next day you're like, me, making the saddest song ever.
Yeah, and like I don't know what is going on with my brain, but
Right, exactly.
I think it's just maybe just the producer mind. You can't.
Well, when you make music, it's just one of those things. It's an emotional process.
Yeah.
And I think with everything that I make, I try to be as honest as possible with how I'm feeling. And there's just certain sounds, textures, even BPMs that make you feel those things. So those are what I'm channeling when I'm making music. I try to go into a session with nothing in mind, and then just start picking sounds that I feel called to, and then let those sounds tell me what to do next.
Are you getting influenced by the scene in Miami at all, or like?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
like going out. And...
Yeah, I don't go out as much anymore after like 5 years of driving like an hour down to Miami. But I am influenced by the scene. I think that I'm influenced by the things it has, and I'm influenced by the things it doesn't. Mm-hmm. And I feel like with everything that I'm doing, I'm always taking in my environment. Yeah. So I might hear something out on the dance floor and be like, oh, I'm going to use that.
Self,
yeah, like.
I think it's like, it's market research, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's a write-off.
I remember when I first started going out, my parents were like terrified. They were like, my kid's just going to be like this party girl and like waste away or whatever. I was like, I'm doing research.
Yeah,
like I'm working. Okay.
It is true though. I think you do get a lot out of going. Like I haven't done it in a minute, honestly, and I'm like, because I feel like I'm playing pretty much every weekend, and then I'm just like,
congrats,
exhausted.
But also,
but a lot of
double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly. Because you become so exhausted that you can't like just go out and enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
And I have a son and stuff also. That's a whole other thing. So like going between family life and then DJ life.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's an interesting jump.
Yeah, but what I was saying, like, I definitely remember times where I would go out and I'd see an artist, someone that I didn't even know, and I was like, this is fucking dope. It just opens up a whole different like segue of your mind. Or like,
I think every experience is going to give you something, whether it's something that you do want to do or something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So as long as you're paying attention, then something is going to come out of it always.
Are there any artists that you saw there like, I don't want to do that?
I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, I don't remember them.
Some
It's
dubstep,
I think every genre I do like.
Has
I do
something
like
good.
every genre. I think it just depends on who's making the song.
Yeah.
Because like there is good country music, there is good dubstep music, there is good drum and bass, there is good techno, there is good electro, and there's all bad of those two.
Bad versions
right.
of it, yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna hate on a genre because I might have not heard the song for me.
That you like
Right.
within it.
Right.
Okay. And so you scale back on going out to like maybe once a
Putting that
week.
work
Or,
in. I'm going out less and just focusing more on like my habits. I mean, I wasn't like crazy, but I was definitely distracted.
With
And-
partying and stuff, or like.
Just working and partying,
Yeah.
like working in party life. I mean, I'm not too much of a party girl, even though people probably look at me and think I'm insane because I've had that happen
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
You know, I was working at a place and my boss was like, "Are you sure you're gonna show up to work the next day?" and all this stuff. I was like, "Dude, like
it's amateur hour.
I work in nightlife. I care about this. I'm not just gonna like."
Yeah. So what were you doing? Were you just DJing, or did you have another role in nightlife before?
I was
DJing?
helping some friends with event programming and setting up and like just breaking down parties. I've always kind of just been around
Yeah. With nightlife
as a helping
people
hand. Yeah. I haven't done anything on my own yet. I have things in the works.
Okay.
But yeah, I've always just kind of lent a hand.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing to do as well, is just be present and
Yeah.
support people and like become friends with people.
Like
'Cause
not everything
naturally,
has to be your thing
Yeah,
for you to
exactly.
want to be a part of it.
You should be a part of other people, because that's the only way that people are going to want to be a part of your thing.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
it's
you
just
know.
like, yeah, it's a different level of connecting.
Yeah, becoming
For sure.
friends with people in the industry. I'd say like most of my residencies and like club gigs have come from just like natural friendships and like stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know?
100%. Yeah.
You start to see that the deeper you get into the industry. Like a lot of this stuff is just
everything
friends.
yeah, who you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, it has a bad connotation to it. I feel like you got to
Well-
know the right people, but
It depends on how you use it.
yeah, and you don't realize that it's a lot of, you come up with people like in the same,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like people will start out as
That's
a
also
bar
something
back
that
or
people
something.
need to realize too. It's like we're all coming up together. So be proud of your friends.
Yeah.
Be proud of the people around you because it's their moment and it will be your moment soon. As long as you focus on you and they focus on them and you come
Yeah, just be
together
good to
when it
everyone.
makes sense, you know.
Yeah, because you really don't know who's going to be the next GM, or you know, because all the time, especially in nightlife, there's people changing roles, and like,
Yeah.
you got to kind of like, hopefully you weren't a dick or something to the
And if you were
person
a
that
dick, I
became
hope
the
you
GM.
learned,
Yeah, exactly,
you know?
because that's now the person that you have to try and hit up to get booked.
Right.
So-
And then you're like, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
bestie.
I remember you didn't let me in the booth yet. Stuff
Oh my
like
God,
that.
me. That's happened to me.
What, there was
Not being
someone-
let in the booth.
Okay,
And I
what-
just went,
yeah,
and I
one
just
day
walked
they'll
away.
hit you up, and
no, whatever.
was it where was it at? You not want to
Can't
share?
say.
Oh, okay,
Can't say.
space now.
But yeah, it was just funny. You just grow.
Do you hate that part about like the Miami scene, about it being like, because I think Miami has that connotation as well, as being like sceney and like you gotta like look cool to like get into some.
But that's everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that's everywhere. Everybody always wants to look cool and feel like they're a part of something.
yeah.
So like I can understand that objectively now. I think before I was also trying to be a part of it. I don't care anymore. I think back then I cared more.
Yeah, like
and
trying to look the part of
Yeah,
like
but also then I felt bad about myself.
Yeah,
So
it
of
doesn't
course I
work.
cared.
people see through. Like I always felt like I gotta look more like a DJ or like.
Right, but then I'm like,
create this
what the fuck
persona.
does a DJ look like?
Yeah, exactly. It should be
I'm
you.
like, a DJ looks like a person behind the booth standing behind CDJs or vinyl players, and like you just DJ. That's what a DJ looks like to me.
Yeah,
So
and some of the biggest DJs in the world, it's just like they're not like dressing up or doing anything crazy. Like,
you don't have to if you don't want to.
yeah. So I think some DJs, especially newer ones, they might people might attach to you more as a person without you trying to like, I don't know,
Force it.
dress up or like wear all Versace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean-
like flex like that.
Yeah, that's why I like thrifting. You just have your own vibe, your own swag.
You say thrifting?
Yeah.
I gotta get it more into that because where are the spots? Are there any good thrift spots?
Oh yeah, there's so many around here.
In Miami or South Florida?
South Florida, family thrift.
Okay, we need a new couch for the podcast.
American thrift. Hell yeah, all those places. Red, white, and blue. Yeah, American thrift. You could probably get a couch at like Faith Farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
go to Faith Farm. They have a bunch of furniture.
These chairs aren't the most comfortable.
Go to Faith Farm if you need furniture.
That's it.
Or honestly,
it's a little advertisement right
go
there.
look on, there's an app called Freebies.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah. What about music equipment? Are you like, do you collect, some people like get like super into like collecting like synths.
I wish I had the space and the money. But I have like a few things. I have like, I have a Push. I have a JDXI. I have an MC101, like a little groove box that is a portable one. So I take that sometimes when I travel and just like have headphones.
What is that, like a audio
it's like
interface?
It's a little groove box. So it has synth, drums, and then it has like 4 channels. Okay. And you can make
so you can record into Ableton or what?
You can make 164 bars.
Okay, sick.
And you can create like different sections. So you could literally play a whole live set with like this little tiny box.
So you're very big on like live like creation of music. I know some people are very big on like programming everything.
I wish
you're much more into like the live like aspect of creating.
I wish I was more into the live aspect of it. That's something that I want to get more into. I think that I'm an anxious girly, so the thought of performing live scares me. Even though like I perform live all as a kid, do
you get anxious with DJing still or?
DJing, I have less anxiety now because I feel like every time I go in, I'm like, I'm literally here to have a good time, tell a story, and like make people feel good or make people feel something. So I'm like, it's more of a universal experience. And since I'm not saying anything, I'm not really thinking, I'm just feeling.
Yeah.
And then with like singing and performing live, I feel like I'm thinking about everything that I'm doing. Just so I don't fuck up.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't get that because I've never sang. I would always get so nervous about getting on the mic, honestly, as a DJ.
Some girl asked me to introduce her on the mic after I like opened up for her, and I was like, "There's no way I'm talking on that mic right now." Yeah. Like I didn't mentally prepare for that.
Because DJs, I think a lot of us are naturally introverts too, so getting on the mic can be a bit unnatural.
Yeah, I admire my friends that are just like, yo, yo, yo.
Do you have a dog? And this is a random.
I have 2.
Okay. So this is what I do when I'm like anxious about a set. I'm like, this dog is still going to love me even if I fuck up tonight. That is what
everybody in the crowd is your dog.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
You just see the dog. Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, okay, shout out Boomer, my little dachshund holding me down.
Boomer, I have Bowser and Ziggy.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's what I always tell myself because I would get anxiety, especially when I'm like traveling for a show or something.
Yeah.
I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm like, all right, people are,
when I used to
see
travel,
me in a different place, like I got to make sure this is perfect.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck up. It's like
for sure, and also like I have paused the wrong track. I have taken out the wrong USB. I have done all the mistakes, even some recently. So it's just one of those things. Is like it's fine if you know how to laugh at yourself. If you've created a good enough vibe in the room, people clap and they forget.
Yeah, that's the most important thing is to not let it get to you once you make, because you're gonna make the mistake. Someone is gonna like, it might not even be you. I saw Sid, one of my buddies. You know Sid. He's like one of the
I think so. Great
DJ. Okay. But someone just pulled out the stick. It must have been the closing DJ or something. Pulled out his stick. And
it does happen.
Yeah, and he's like, dude,
that did happen to me.
And kept going with the set. That shit is gonna happen as a DJ, especially if you're playing with other DJs, if you're opening or closing or headlining.
Yeah.
And you just gotta like, the most important thing is not be a dick about it or like just be like,
I just try to laugh at everything first.
Yeah.
Because if I don't laugh, then I will spiral or something. Yeah.
I think it happened to me at least once or twice where I got in my head. And then I've gotten this bad mindset.
And then you had this little frowny face and you're like.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, this is like. Yeah, pouty DJ.
Yeah.
No one wants to see a pouty DJ.
No, it's like the most boring thing. I'm sorry.
So,
and then I'm like, damn.
That was when I was younger.
If you're not having fun and we're in the club, should I be having fun? Like, am I allowed to?
Exactly.
Is this
I think
okay?
about that too. I'm like, people are out here to like escape and have a great time. So like, you better be putting out that energy, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like I owe it to people sometimes to put out that
Yeah.
energy.
It's definitely a responsibility for sure.
Yeah. People are looking to you to curate the night and the vibe.
Yeah. I think, for me, the first DJ I ever saw was DJ Harvey.
Okay.
And he kind of changed my perspective on things. And he mixes a lot of like organic music as well. So I think it just depends on what you're looking for when you go out, and making sure that you're translating the things that you seek out and want your crowd to seek out as well, or put people on.
Yeah. What do you mean by put people on? Like,
show people something that they've never heard before, because that's what happened to me. I grew up doing music. I was a part of multiple projects that just like start and stop, fail after fail after fail. And then I went out and I heard something that I had never heard before, and it kind of just completed all the puzzle pieces of everything that happened to me in my past. So there was these things that I was craving, and these sounds and these textures that I was craving, and I had no idea that it existed. I had no idea how to articulate it. And once I found that, I literally came home and I went like ape shit. Yeah. Like I literally came home and I just studied. I bought equipment to learn. It was like during COVID. I remember just coming back home. It was like right before COVID actually. And I would go and hang out at Gramps every Tuesday for like a synth battle, and they had like terrestrial funk on the deck. And I used to go every Tuesday, sometimes just alone, and I would just hang out there. And I was too shy to talk to anyone. But then after like 2 months, somebody finally came up and talked to me and invited me to a rave. And I was like, fuck, yes, I am in. Yeah, like somebody thinks I'm cool enough to go. And I've like been doing all this research, about the scene and who the players were in the scene, and like going to the events and just like figuring out how I could get involved as much as I could. But obviously I wasn't very big and bold then, so it took me a second to get
out of your shell.
I'm definitely shy.
Yeah. I think a lot of musicians naturally are, because we go to music as a way to like get our creative voice out into the world.
Right. I definitely talk too much when you get to know me, but
or
like
when you're talking about something you're
passionate
about.
It's just the initial like barrier.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do the podcast if it wasn't talking about music.
Right.
It's like all I talk about.
Yeah. When I'm out, I'm a big yearner. I'm a big starer.
Yeah.
People probably think I'm insane. No, not even. I'm just staring at people. Yeah. And they're probably like, what the fuck is she thinking?
Do you do that during DJ sets? Just like kind of.
Oh, when I'm DJing, I'm locked in. I'm having fun.
Okay.
And I'm looking at people that are looking at me, and I'm smiling. I'm interacting. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just staring out into the crowd.
No. Only when I'm done.
Like this girl's
weird.
This girl.
I'm like. No.
David Guetta, that David Guetta clip of him like zoning out.
Oh my God, he was so twonked out,
That's it. Yes.
Oh,
but never found out. I'm hoping one day that someone will reveal exactly
that
what
man was on ecstasy
or what he was definitely.
You think it was LSD?
Oh, he did come out.
So confirmed.
So Guetta was on LSD. That's it.
Yeah, drops.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what you can do when you play a
but why would you?
Pre-recorded set, no?
Ooh,
Oh.
I was gonna say I would like.
I could never do drugs like that.
Yeah.
Before playing a show.
No. Yeah.
I want to hear those stories.
No, I've only been drinking. Honestly, I don't think I've ever.
I think
partied like that.
The one time I took drugs before a set, I took an Adderall.
Okay.
Thinking it would help me lock in. And all it did was make me have an anxiety attack.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it was. And that was the first and last time I ever did anything before a set. Maybe like mushrooms.
Yeah, I used to smoke before sets, but not anymore.
I have been a pothead for like the last 5 years of my life. Yeah. And now I feel like I just like don't want to smoke as much anymore.
Yeah, I stopped like 6 months ago, or maybe a year ago now.
Really?
But yeah.
Was it hard at first?
No, not really. Had a little anxiety thing. You know what? I was playing a show, and like the closing DJ gave me just these gummies.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Took them.
Gummies is crazy though.
Had a bad reaction.
Really?
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Heart rate was jacked. Like, yeah. Anyways,
That
horrible reaction.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I'm good.
No.
Yeah, I'm good on it, especially. So, yeah, I think, maybe anxiety just from life and stuff like that adds up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, weed really makes you think.
Yeah, so that I'm good on it for a bit. I'm still drinking a bit at shows. I'm trying not to overdo it though, because that's a slippery slope.
Yeah. Honestly, my issue was always weed. It was never alcohol or anything else. Like I've just been a pothead.
Have you traveled at all for shows for DJing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I've definitely, I've played a show in Berlin. I've played shows in New York. I've played in Boston. I played in Colorado.
So are you drinking at all during like those shows or not? You're not really
It just
into
depends.
alcohol?
Yeah, it just depends. I don't know. Sometimes I just have my moments. Like sometimes I won't drink at all. And then sometimes I'll be with like a group of people that are just like really fun.
Vibing, yeah.
And I just feel like, okay.
Yes,
I can have a few shots. Like we're going to have a fun, silly time. Like if I'm around people that are drinking and they're just like messy, like I won't drink.
Yeah.
So it just depends. But if they're like people that are like goofing around and just being fun and ridiculous and silly, then like, yeah, I'll have a drink and be like, let's get crazy.
What was the scene like in Berlin? I'm curious because
fucking insane. I stayed in Berlin for a month.
Okay.
And after I dyed my hair red, which is like the clear indication of insanity. So I learned a lot about myself from that trip. And I learned a lot about where I want to place myself and the things that I want to promote and talk about. I think it's a very beautiful culture, but it is also very scary. And I think it's really easy to get caught up in it.
Scary in what way? Like the party scene or?
Yeah, the drugs, the partying.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts on a Tuesday and it ends on a Sunday, and they have one day off. I mean, it's fairly inexpensive to live there, so
easy to party all the time.
easy to party. Drugs
Yeah.
are cheap, like all those things. So I'm just like, I was just watching everything go down, and it's fine, it's nice, but unfortunately for me, I have like, family history, and so for me, I'm just like not
getting into it.
Not into that, just because I just see what it can do to a person's life once they can't stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cute and it's fun now, but like
10 years now,
when you try to stop, like, can you?
Yeah.
Can you stop?
Yeah. What about music wise though? Were you playing? Did you play some shows out there?
I played at a club called Aiden, and that was really fun. That was really cute. The music is good. There's everything there,
what was the style at Aiden?
Aiden was like a 3-part building. We played on the inside. It's just all genres. I feel like techno is really prevalent there, obviously, but for me, I still play whatever I want. I was told not to play certain things, but then I just stopped hanging out with people who told me what to play. So this is what you got to do. But Berlin is cool. It has everything. It's got a stroke for every different folk.
Yeah. What's been your favorite place that you've played in the world?
Boston.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough.
Because I
played for a collective called Infra.
Okay.
I played in a basement of a bar.
Okay, dope.
And
Infra, like INFRA?
Yeah.
Okay.
INFRA, yeah. And the crowd, oh my God. They were just dancing. Energy. But like not...
Yeah, but
like full fucking dance moves. And for me, there's like a part of my like inner self, like I want to take dance classes. I want to like get into that.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's this freedom to dancing and moving your body in different ways that I just felt that energy.
Yeah.
And I just like fed into it heavy. Like we were like vibing.
Full on. Were you dancing during the set?
I was dripping.
Was it like I hate models status dancing?
No, I feel like he has his signature moves. I'm more like a wavy dancer.
I've always wondered.
Like,
you think those moves are like pre-thought? Like his it's just like the leg shake, I guess.
I mean, I definitely have had friends tell me that I have crazy legs when I DJ.
Okay.
So
you got to record it from a better angle.
Oh, there is videos.
Female version of I hate models right here.
Yeah, but I don't think as crazy. He's got like some serious footwork, but
I know it's like Sometimes I just feel like people watch his videos just because of his
He's
his
just
dance
moving,
moves.
yeah.
Like that's probably like 75% of why people pay attention to him. It's like
Yeah,
it's
I
the
mean, you have
movement.
to. Well, you don't have to
No,
be
you don't.
entertaining.
Every DJ is different. But
Every
yeah.
DJ is different, but when you have something fun and weird about you that people can't look away, I mean, obviously it helps. Right. Yeah, Horse Girl knew. She knew what she was up to.
She was a horse
And
girl.
it worked.
Yeah.
You know?
Do I know her personally? Yeah, of course I know her. Yeah. It's long hair. Dun, dun. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole crew, Live from Earth Club, is really cool.
What is that? It's the one that threw out the Boston event?
It's a collective that I think Horse Girl was a part of. It's like
okay.
MCRT, DJ Gigola. I don't know if X Coast is a part of it. I'm not really sure, but
Her
like,
mask still kind of scares me. I will say.
Oh, Horse Girl?
Yeah, like
don't
I
wanna
could
kiss
definitely
her?
have nightmares
You're like,
about that mask. It's like it's like almost like not scary, but it definitely still a little bit.
no, I mean, she has her furries crew down stat. They're like going to see Horse Girl and they're like, mommy.
Yeah, people love her. Yeah, she created such a diehard, and it's interesting because like, was that culture always there of people just that love horse techno? Like, what would you even call that?
It's just like, isn't it just mainly like,
Are about horses.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you could make the most niche
guess
thing and you'll find an audience.
yeah, that's true. I
Horse
think
techno,
it's, you just
or
write things that are just funny. And I'm sure like everything when you look at it is like some weird metaphor. And if you like really dive
or a
deep.
horse girl.
Yeah.
Or is it just about horses? Maybe she's just
I'm like, let's dissect the lyrics.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
It's about.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe they are a party girl, party horse.
Well, but like, it's just such a specific thing to go for.
Just goes to
and,
show
like,
you can
look
do
how
whatever
big
you
she
want.
got
Yeah, you can do
just
whatever you want.
Doing the most specific thing possible, you know?
Yeah.
Which is just like horse
I
techno.
don't think people go for the horse music. I think it's more like the fact that
It's just silly.
niche thing.
Well, that's
But
what
you
makes
think,
her.
Yeah.
And,
You think about all those people going to the club, right? And they want an escape.
Yeah.
And they want to go and have fun and not think about things. When you're singing simple lyrics and they're funny and ridiculous and you have ridiculous visuals that are still shot well, there's still an artistry to it. She's not just being ridiculous and it looks hideous.
Yeah.
There is thoughts and planning that goes behind it, and that doesn't go unnoticed either. But I think people just go and they enjoy it because it's meant to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
meant to
spectacle.
feel
Yeah.
funny. It's meant to make you laugh. It's meant to make you
entertaining.
dance.
And also, there's not many alternative DJs. She's definitely good.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, it's weird to see, like, you got Horse Girl, you got Pickle. I mean, obviously you got Marshmallow. I'm wondering, but like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if you told me that some of the biggest DJs in the world were
Would have
Horse
those
Girl,
names?
Pickle, Marshmallow, like that.
What
sounds,
would mine
that
be?
sounds
What would be my
wild.
food DJ name?
Yeah.
I'm like thinking.
I know. I always thought I should just throw, because my brand was Fresh Squeeze, and just throw a orange head on.
Okay.
Just go full into the food section. Oh yeah, that's how the talking orange.
There's
Little,
gonna be
little mascot.
like DJ Hard Boiled Egg.
Yeah, oh, that'd be hard.
Also a funny
Hard.
hard boiled
That's it.
egg.
That's
Yeah,
it.
hard as fuck.
Right, I love it.
And when I'm doing really good, they're gonna like bring really, really cooked eggs or
that's
something.
it. You don't want to start pelting them at you.
That would hurt, but
Yeah.
I guess whatever you
Yeah.
want to do.
But I guess that's shout out to Horse Girl making horse tech.
You're inspiring my hard boiled egg journey.
All right, so back to what you were saying about Boston. One of the best scenes you played, and really just great energy.
Yeah, New York is great too, as
Yeah.
well. I like New York. I think the first few times I played New York, I was unsure. And then the more recent times, I've just kind of been like, I'm going to just rip and do my own thing. And
Where'd you play in New York?
most recently, I played for a party called Pit Stop.
Okay.
So that's ran by a friend of mine, Noah Shakur. He's also my manager now. So
Killer.
yeah, I've been playing their parties, and they're just a really great event organizer, and they really know
Good
how to.
parties, yeah.
Yes.
Are they more underground?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, yeah. They're
'Cause I'm
not.
playing
They're
a
not
lot of
thrown at clubs. Yeah. I feel like I have like a mixed bag of clubs and underground stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the best. I feel like
It's fun. It's
'Cause
fun.
you don't really get the same enjoyment sometimes with club shows that I feel like you might get.
I don't know.
Do you think you get more enjoyment out of club shows, or
I think they're both pretty equal. I think it just depends on the crowd.
do you play bottle service clubs at all? Or is
No.
It, yeah, okay. That's what I
No.
mean. Yes.
I have not.
So-
And I mean, I don't know.
I think it might be dying out. I mean, bottle service is definitely.
I mean,
dying
everyone's
out.
broke as fuck.
Yeah.
What am I gonna buy a $50 bottle of vodka for $1,000? No, the bottle itself is 50.
Oh,
What
yeah.
they charge at the
Yeah.
club is 1,000.
And thou, yeah.
Right, and I'm like,
They saw it was the Ultra
Sir.
$500,000 package at Ultra that they sold.
I'd have to work like 3 months
Yeah.
just to afford a bottle.
And she was like, what is this $500,000 service? Where she's like,
They-
I don't know.
Yeah, they just threw a 500.
love how
I
they
wonder if
don't
anyone paid the
know.
$500,000 Ultra.
I think they were probably just
we gotta
hoping.
look that up.
They were just hoping
Someone would just
that somebody
buy it
would pay for it.
And
Yeah.
just be like, here's $500,000 for,
Yeah,
for my
can you-
night at Ultra.
No, literally, here's $500,000 for my night at Ultra so you can pay off our headliner. Thank you so
That's
much.
it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much these guys are making. Like, well, not
Yeah.
$500,000. I mean, I don't know, but
I think
definitely,
I think people
definitely a lot.
from my experience, I'm not going to name festivals, but the bigger festivals don't pay nearly as much as like clubs do. So I think a lot of DJs, because
Well,
they
that-
know
they
they have to
don't-
leverage.
Yeah, they don't pay medium to small artists.
Yes. So maybe just the one or two.
They pay the big
Big
boys.
people, yeah.
Yeah. The people that are,
The main headliners.
yeah. I've seen some DJ rates and my jaw has dropped.
And you're like, God damn.
I'm like, for 2 hours?
I know.
Are you
It hurts
kidding me?
sometimes, especially if you are on support or something like that. You're like, I'm working 8 hours for this amount.
I gotta work
This
eight
person's getting
hour day,
an hour
plan
and
my
a half.
set, come here, play for an hour and a half.
It's the game, I
No,
guess.
yeah, of course.
If they're selling tickets.
Also, you have to be willing to do it for free in order to do it professionally, you know? Like, there's just some things, obviously at certain points,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you don't take free gigs anymore, but at some point in your life, you have to be willing to do it for nothing, because that's just like the love for it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if you move the right way and you do the right things, then you don't have to play for free anymore.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's hard, though, to break out of that ceiling? Like, people are like, oh, I got you for free, so why would I pay?
No, I just say no.
Yeah.
I say yes one day and then I say no. And I'm like, actually,
Yeah,
I have
okay.
another opportunity that's going to pay me. And
Yeah.
like, if you can match the rate, I would love to play your party. But otherwise,
Yeah, because I think a lot of newer
when you can
DJs
afford me, call me.
might struggle with that of like, what should they, when they should start charging if they're
Yeah.
if they're going in at a free
That's
rate.
also just feeling confident in the things that
Mm-hmm.
you're doing and what you bring to the table and knowing that somebody else is not going to bring that.
Yeah. I feel
They might
that.
bring something similar, but they're not going to bring what you bring.
Okay.
So it's just being confident in that. Because I think people want that confidence and they're willing to pay for it. You just
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, I've realized that too. You gotta just
You just gotta walk the walk.
talk.
Yeah.
that's it.
Because people will take advantage of you if you give the energy that you can be taken advantage
Yeah.
of. It's one thing doing it for the love, and then it's another thing letting someone take advantage of you. And it's understanding the different energy that comes
It's just
with
an
it.
energy shift from you. You're saying as
Yeah.
a performer.
Yeah.
And like, I'm worth this. You know.
Yeah. And it's also an energy shift in the dynamic and how you're talking to people. You know?
Give me an example.
Well, I don't think anyone has offered me or asked me to play a free gig in the last probably like 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed when you stop reaching, but this is a tough thing. Like, you could, when you're always reaching out to people, then you kind of can get taken advantage of. You
Yeah.
need people to be reaching out to you.
Yeah,
So you have
and-
to add some value.
Right.
For
Some
them to
novelty.
be reaching out to you.
Yeah,
Be
some
like,
novelty.
I want to book you because you're bringing this vibe.
Oh, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, you're bringing this vibe to the club. So
For
I
sure.
think it's hard to like, yeah, you got to position yourself where you're adding value to whoever's booking
Yeah,
you.
yeah, and it's a hard game to play because honestly, probably for like the last 4 years, I've just been figuring out who I am, what I stand for, what I bring to the table, and I feel like within the last year, I started to really hone in on that and understand that, and even now within the last few months, I'm like actually building a real confidence behind it. So I think it's just about taking the time to make the steps for your sanity
Yeah.
and for your love for it, because you just don't want it to turn into something sour, because I was getting these things that I just really wanted, and I was experiencing them and I wasn't enjoying it.
What do you like, certain shows or certain?
Yeah,
like,
just certain milestones.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, I thought I'd be happier when I
Right.
did this.
Yeah. It's
That's a
totally
never-ending
it's
thing.
totally true what people say. It's like you got to really get right with yourself and like genuinely love everything you're doing. Every step that you make, every move that you make is intentional.
Do you get post milestone depression where you're like, after you hit a milestone, you get like a little, like I played in Asia recently for the first time, which is sick.
Where?
Shanghai.
Okay.
But immediately, like, I went to Japan, which is awesome. But then when I got
want to
home,
go to Japan so
I was like a little bit, like
You're like,
I did that.
wah,
fuck.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love my home life and stuff, but it was just like,
So
that's
cool.
over. Yeah. I'm like, shit. And then you start to crave
More.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I used to get really bad, like post-concert depression.
Okay.
But when it comes to shows, yeah, I'm sure like the week after, like having a really busy week, like music week, I was really, really busy.
And then
like a year back. And after that week, I was just like laying there and I was like, am I ever going to play a show this big again?
That's how it feels though, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, is this the last time I'll get to experience
this?
this?
You just got to keep reminding yourself
Well, if you can do it once,
going.
you can do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring out the formula of
That's
doing it
the
again
other
and
thing
again.
I tell myself, by the way, besides the dog tip before playing a show, is like, I did this before. I can do it again.
Yeah. It's like, it's nothing,
Everything's
it's nothing
gonna be
new.
okay.
It's just, well, it is new, but it's nothing new. You know?
Yeah. All right. So I know we got to wrap up. So where can people find you on socials? Any new music coming out or tours, things like that?
Just put out a remix album for my project, Summer Wright. I had some friends on that. I had Arvin T, Zaned Out Wave, Mango, Marte, and then me, 5 remixes. I did a Winter Wrong remix. So it's like my 2 personalities coming together.
Love it.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm putting out another single soon under Summer Wright. It's going to be a little bit more of like a pop electronic vibe. It's a little melancholy, but still danceable with everything that I do. I'm just like an emo kid writing, and then like the track itself.
Are you singing on it?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
So the Summer Wright stuff is like all my production and vocals, and then Winter Wrong stuff is more like club tracks, remixes, flips, things like that.
Love it.
Where it's more dance and club oriented, and then the summer stuff is more like performance and live performance oriented. So doing a lot of releases under that, but you can find me under Winter Wrong for pretty much every social.
At Winter Wrong.
At Winter Wrong, yeah.
Love it. One of
Yeah.
the best names I think I've heard.
That's so crazy because I
keep
hated
running
it
with
for
it.
so
It's so
long.
good.
I hated it for so long. And to hear that all the time, I'm like, you guys really take me seriously?
It's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in till the next one. Thanks again for coming out and doing
Thank you
this.
for having me.
All right.